Okay, Kelly, go.
Okay, how to give yourself an at-home manicure.
Didn't we do that last week?
No, I don't think so.
We did at-home manicures last week.
Really? I'm sorry, I guess there's just so much that's happened since then.
What else?
5 fitness influencers with killer workout videos.
I don't really like the word killer, but that sounds...
Vogue literally had that story up on their site on Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we could feature different influencers.
There aren't really that many options at this point.
But I mean, there's more than 5, right? There has to be more than 5, right?
Let it go, Kelly. What else have you got?
Something on loungewear sets.
Have we done loungewear sets?
The Sweet Life did loungewear sets before.
Are you doing your market research, Kelly?
I'm trying. It's just...
Katie, tell me you have something better.
Yes, okay. I was thinking a video tutorial of how to play Stairway to Heaven on the ukulele.
Oh, that sounds promising. Ukulele-related content's been performing really well. Do you know how to play Stairway to Heaven?
I do. I taught myself last week.
Great. That's in... What else?
Stuck Inside, Don't Lose Your Hard-Earned Tan. It's a piece on how to make a DIY self-tanner out of dirt and rancid butter.
Does it actually work?
Do I look tan?
You do, Katie. You do look very tan. Great. What else?
All out of mixers, 10 yummy cocktails to make with your own urine.
Have you tried that?
I used it in a French 75 last night. Not as good as lemon juice, but honestly not bad.
Great. Really nice work, Katie. These are all right on brand in terms of providing the kind of relatable yet aspirational lifestyle tips we're known for and modifying them to be appropriate for the current circumstances. What about you, Kim? What have you got?
Shit.
Interesting. Tell me more.
No, I mean, I've got shit. I've got nothing.
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 Kim, you know our readers are relying on us to help them get through this challenging time with poise and style.
Are they, though?
Kim, we talked about this we agreed that our readers were really going to want to lean into self-improvement during this difficult time.
How many of us were at that first meeting when we agreed that?
What?
How many staffers?
I don't know, 20?
And how many are left?
The fact that there are only a few of us staffing the site right now just means it's more important to come prepared with innovative ideas for content.
Important for who? How many people do you think are still out there reading?
Okay, so it's true that our metrics have been down in the past couple of days, but I think we can get those numbers back up if we just...
Are you insane? I mean, I was there with you. I really was. Up until, I don't know, a couple of days ago. But everything just keeps getting worse, and it doesn't look like it's going to get better. And we're all stuck inside our little bunkers just waiting for... So it's the end of the world, pretty much. And you think people really want to read about how to improve themselves right now?
Kim, maybe you want to refer back to Katie's piece from Wednesday? 5 ways to maintain a positive attitude in the face of a slow and horrible death.
Yeah, no, I don't. I really don't.
I understand that things, well, they're very... Well, you know what they say, the show must go on.
Well, maybe they're wrong. Maybe sometimes the show doesn't need to go on. Maybe sometimes the show should just stop.
Okay, so I don't feel like this meeting is moving in a very productive direction. Maybe we should adjourn for now. Katie, you can get started on the ukulele and we can reconvene in a couple of hours. And hopefully Kim and Kelly will have come up with creative new ideas for content by then.
I'm not going to reconvene in a couple of hours. I only came on this call to tell you all I'm done.
Kim, you can't. Our readers need us.
What readers? Do you honestly think we still have any readers?
I don't know. I mean, I think so. I don't have access to the numbers, so Rachel's the only one with access to the numbers.
And why do you think that is?
Because she's editor-in-chief.
She's not the editor-in-chief. 2 weeks ago, she was an assistant copywriter. And Kelly, you did something with graphics, right? And Katie was a customer service rep.
Reader experience concierge.
Whatever. And me, I answered phones at the office. You know, back when we had an office. You know, back when we had a world.
Okay, so you're right. 2 weeks ago, I wasn't an editor, but I wanted to be. We all did. That's why we worked here, taking whatever jobs we could, planning to work our way up.
Yeah, well, I think it's probably time for a change of plan.
To what? What else are we going to do? I thought about converting the site to survival tips, but there are already so many other people doing that and doing it better. If they go offline and we're somehow still here, I have a plan in place to pivot to that kind of content. But until that happens, I am not particularly interested in sitting in my room alone and waiting to die, are you? I mean, you're right. I don't know how long we'll have readers. I don't know how long we'll have internet. I don't even know how long we'll have power, but for as long as we do, I want to keep delivering wellness and beauty and lifestyle tips to help make life a little sweeter, especially when it isn't very sweet at all. I think at times like this, it's important to not just try to stay alive, but to try to stay human. And sometimes that means making eyeliner out of poop.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much. I think that's exactly the kind of inspirational leadership we need right now.
I think you're all out of your minds. Good luck.
Whoa.
We don't need her anyway, Rachel. She's just bringing us all down. And it's like you said, it's so important to remain positive when things
I
are...
don't know. Maybe she's right. Or maybe not right, but she's not completely wrong. I mean, maybe there's some sort of middle ground, something in between giving up and pretending that everything's just the same, except, you know, more horrible. Maybe we're not losing readers because maybe we're losing readers because we're not giving them what they want.
Tell me more.
Maybe we ought to have some content that just acknowledges where we are. Some content that says, if it makes you feel good to think about makeup and cocktails and learning to play the ukulele, that's okay. And if it doesn't, then that's okay too. You know?
Something more practical.
Kind of.
10 tasty casseroles you can make out of rats.
No. More like, here's where we are, and it's really, really hard, and you should do whatever makes you feel better. Whether that's making casseroles out of rats or not.
Okay, Kelly. I like it. This is the kind of creative, out-of-the-box thinking that makes a great editor. Good job. Katie, we'll still do the ukulele, but let's hold off on the self-tanner for now. And Kelly, you can get started on the rats.
Oh, no, I don't think we should do the rats.
How about 10 tasty casseroles you can make out of rats, but you don't have to?
Perfect. Okay, so what are you two still doing on the call? We've got a lot of important work to do. Let's get started.